Okay, so I have officially boiled my skin off. Um, Makeup's finally entirely off, and the moisturizer's on. So, um, look, I've done it again, guys. I bought those pajama pants in large, but even they're falling off. So whatever is what it is. Anyway, so I have no idea how I'm tired or sleepy right now. I'm a little bored. I did switch up patterns tonight, so I can't have a repeat of what I believe happened last night. And I think that was in the video that went upload last night slash this morning. But it was what I was trying to get to most of the day. Um, yeah. So here's how this goes. Here's how it went. I think. Okay. So I'm trying to do this in a way that doesn't let my own business out, which is weird, right? But anyway, so last night I go to a store to get things I need, like I've been doing around the same time for a while now, and also because reasons. Now, oh, anyway, I don't know if I need to step back to earlier in the day. I think I might, but for right now, no, we're just gonna go ahead and step back. So, yesterday morning and all day yesterday, some of you know, because I don't think that one's open. The tiny one and I had run into do, and all kinds of stuff had went down with the vaccine thing. So, I'm living my life, right, doing normal mom things, um, doing normal things, and I turn on to the red light out here and go on to the parkway and start making my way towards town. Wasn't paying attention, had music up, was having a good day with tiniest human, other than the chaos taking place with the vaccine thing. So, we get to the first red light, bunch of cars in front of us, and wasn't paying a bit of attention in the world. Start up towards, Jumpy, whatever. And notice there's this car, like 4 or 5 away from us, like, I don't know if it was directly in front of the roadside, I don't know. Um, but it starts acting crazy, which is what brings my attention to it in the first place, right? It was like somebody was in there fighting bees off. And I was like, oh, oh. Now I immediately know who it is. And it's definitely not Voldemort, I know by this point, because the erratic, stupid driving. So this thing, like, tries to, go on. I slow down well below the speed limit, so it doesn't do anything stupid and hurt its full self. And I'm like, what an idiot. Like, I care, once again. And then, I'm just trying to stay back from it, let it do its own stupid, carry on its way. And then it gets off, like, erratically onto an exit ramp. Like, it didn't even have to. Like, it is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. And it dawns on me after seeing it. I'm like, okay, so this coincides with the same times that I'm seeing it stop sign, 11, 1, etc. It's all right. And what seems to be like shifts and stuff, that because I'm seeing other things out openly, right? So I'm just taking guesses here. And the only reason I'm taking guesses is to try to keep myself and them fucking safe, because whatever. Anyway, and so I myself, if I call it anything on the wrong damn car, they can't continue to make me look crazy. So, um, now, same shit with Walmart crap the other night, right? Like, there was no need to any of that. But it keeps happening. And I just like to add, I just, this public show of this got to get away behavior. And then what's happening right here and being watched by them and then driving by in 63 fucking cars and dope buddies and everybody else driving by for them. It's all part of the shit. It's all part of the bullshit game with an narcopath. Hold on. I'll be back. Meanwhile, what he's actually doing and what Coleslaw is doing out of cop sight is an entirely different thing. Those cars are being used on two fronts, and that change of underwear and the family members, because that's happening too, is to abuse us, to trap us, to keep us in the second box like Baltimore's always done. He knows where I am, what I'm doing. He can control my life that way and theirs, and he can keep us terrified and do whatever, right? But also live his best little life, supposedly. And I don't care. Like, uh, like, but this is the source being stupid and helping him. This is the system helping. This is whatever. And it's a pack of narcopaths, and Lord, one's bad enough, but I've got a fucking pack. So, to deal with and contend with. Even though they've been shown and proven to be liars in court, and this is their fucking thing, and this is what they jerk off on, this is what I'm dealing with. So, anyway, I'm quite positive. This morning when I woke up, it was like an aha moment. No, I wasn't even paying attention. And even if I had been, a truck I've known my whole life last night, I missed it. Like, I really was like, nah, I discounted it. We're not doing my own thing. Now, and not just because I was distracted. Like, it was literally like, nah, that shit was just, look, I'm telling you, I ain't wrong. So, back up to the top of the hill situation. Pickles, that is a straw and water. So, guess who comes rolling through the parking lot up there? In a second car, right? Voldemort, of course, and Ghost Slob. And acting like I was making it a big show, like they're running away again. I'm parked, y'all. But making this big show like they're running away. They're doing work, which I mean, right? But the cops don't really know that car. At least they, well, they probably do, honestly. But either way, it probably wasn't quite apparent. But I'm sure in that timeline that it makes sense. I mean, they were coming to see if anything happened to me like they wanted. And like the system was going to help them out with, I guess. So anyway, here's my thing. He wants to play dumb shit. If that was him, gag me the spoon, in the first parking lot last night, which is the only thing that makes sense with what happened, honestly. Because there's no way I committed a crime in 2 feet. Like, they're just not. So, here's the fucked up part. If little Voldemort was so terrified or something, and look, it knows me enough when I'm distracted, when I'm not, like, I wasn't even paying attention to nothing. I'm sure that if he had eyes on me, that he'd seen the smile on my face and me like, hey, light stepping it around, because I was living my fucking life. Like, so it knew, right? Anyway, I was in no danger. Anybody didn't even see him if that was him. So and the kicker is, at this same fucking store, not even a couple weeks ago, half of this fucking town watched him beat the shit out of me in the car while he was outside of it trying to jerk me out of it, broke all of my keychains, jerked the keys out of the ignition, and I mean right in front of the fucking doors. At a packed fucking parking lot. There's putting 1 or 2 people there. It's pretty early on in the evening. And then twist my arm and damn near break my wrist and fuck up my hand. It was swelled. And screaming at me and then telling me, y'all, tell me to leave. Get the fuck whatever. Even though he was grabbing me at the same time. It's, makes sense, doesn't it? And pulling on me and all this other stuff. Screams at me to leave. Whatever. So I'm like, all right. Now, patterns and cycles, right? So I know I have to come back for him. So I give him a couple minutes to chill the fuck out, hoping that getting beat on the fucking way home is not going to be that bad for Darren to fucking... Because see what happened before he pulled in is he told me to wait and double dog me whatever, and I knew I was going to get beat anyway. If this wasn't a spur of the moment thing. And so I take my keys, which he doesn't realize me, and I get in the driver's seat. Voldemort sees this and comes fucking flying out of the store. Now at that time I had no plans on leaving Voldemort anywhere. I was just getting the driver's seat. I have some control over the beating I was going to take on the fucking way home. And to make it less, because it kind of does, you're still at risk of fucking dying, but a little less, right? Because one thing Voldemort does care about himself, Voldemort doesn't really want to die too. So, although some days he's one takes both fuck out. Depends, really, on what fucking mood. Voldemort takes exception to this, starts beating on me, screaming at me. Half the fucking gardens hears it. Damn sure by inside. But I'm like, all right, I'll oblige. So I left. I knew I had to go back to get him, right? Have to. He's going to show up at the house anyway. It's going to make it exponentially. Where he's likely to show up there first, and then there he is with the kids, So, anyway, this is the same guy last night that called the police. That guy. Because he was apparently afraid of me, who was obviously distracted on the store and didn't even think about him enough to realize that was the truck. That guy called the police, supposedly being afraid of me. Okay, so back to the point here. I'm pulling out. I'm going right to the red light, which is like, what, 12 feet, right? Like 12 feet. And this fucking cop, I'm going up to the red light to stop. It's red. This cop's coming in, and all of a sudden whips around on me. But I think, well, it has to be going somewhere else, or he's going to jet them for some sort of crime or crackhead or something. He's going to go arrest. I don't know. Did not assume it was for me. I hadn't done shit. So I wait at the red light. Nothing weird occurs. I wait. I make sure to turn the blinker on and right. And for anybody northern watching, that's my turn signal. So I turn left to go up, and carry on with my night. And then I realize something's wrong. Like, this fella's acting entirely sus behind me. I'm like, the hell did I do? Like, how the hell did I violate anything at all at any point? And this dude hadn't even seen me for 2 seconds. And I was like, and I knew in my head it had something to do with Voldemort almost immediately. But for the life of me, I was like, well, it has to be something with the car, it has to be something with, but I don't know. I don't know. And I'm like, well, fuck it. Whatever. And I carry on going up towards the hill. And at one point he's to the left and I change lanes to the right, but I'm like, I'm not going all the way over like I need to go towards the arches, right? And towards that McDonald's. So I'm like, one lane at a time, Jody said, one at a time. And, so he stays over there. I think I made 2 lane changes, and then right before I get there, I make the third, and then I make sure to turn the turn signal on as I'm taking a right on red into a little back way in. So, but he does follow, so I'm going to start switching over too. I'm like, man, the fuck did I do? Like, it has to be Voldemort related. I just don't know how or what the fuck, what he's done now. So, I'm like, whatever, fuck it. So I go through, I get a coffee, some food, and I pull in and I start to buy Eldest Glacier freeze things and pickle or a penguin or a cat, buddy. A Christmas goose. Business goose. That too. Business goose. You didn't call the cat a business goose, y'all. You get your little tux on in it? Yeah. Have I told you I love this cat? If I haven't, I do. So anyway, I go in, I get the things. I come back to the car. As I'm walking to the car, I realize that Dave parked across the street. And I was like, really? What the hell did I do? But I was like, fuck it. I got a few minutes anyway, till I'm supposed to do, And so I'm just all happy and living my best life. And drinking my coffee, taking a few minutes away from the second box. And just a few minutes for myself, kicking up the tunes, which, by the way, the radio really, really blew last night. And I just, drank my coffee, had a couple of cigarettes, was enjoying the tunes, waiting on and I think, okay, well, I'm going to do whatever. And I swear to God, look over, and there they still fucking are, and there's more of them. They've multiplied. Like the fuck? Like, am I on the most wanted list? I'm like, you know what, hell this. So, I'm like, I don't know what I did, but I didn't do it. So, I'm not going to play this game. And, because that's what it is. I know instinctually at this point that it's something I ain't motherfucking done, and it has something to do with fucking Voldemort. And I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck could it be? Whatever, And I'm sitting there, right? And okay with it. Voldemort and all shit. Ain't gonna run my life. I don't care. But I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, whatever. But I'm not even looking at him. Like, whatever. So I'm just doing my own thing, enjoying my tunes, my coffee, etc. Because I'm refusing at this point to participate in any of the bullshit. Any of it. I don't care who's fucking pulling it. So I did, however, in that time, want a crackhead 2 parking spots away from me, dismantle his entire fucking car with the windshield wipers going and lights on and doing the crackhead twitch, and literally took an entire car apart. And then I watched the second crackhead pull himself to where he wasn't even capable of driving. Nobody cared. Meanwhile, I feel like I got and I'm just like, fuck it. I'm done with everything. So I just enjoy my tunes, my coffee, do my own thing. Realize at this point I'm just sugar plum fairies are off. I'm not bringing anybody else into this bullshit with me. I'm like, hell with it. So I just enjoyed my time out and out of the box and whatever. And I'll be a motherfucker. Guess who comes through the parking lot in a second? Look. And I had this epiphany this morning. Okay. This was not an instant last night. But I'm pretty sure what transpired was that actually was fucking Voldemort in the dark ass corner at a time he shouldn't have been. For no real reason. Let me make that clear. There's no reason he should have been over there or parked there or anything else at that time, other than he has learned that's when I'm coming down there. And lately, it's not how they travel. Mainly, it's in that. I mean, like, and it wasn't a switch up. If that was Voldemort, and this morning the Epiphany says, "Bitch, I think it was." So it makes sense that way, right? That's why I was turned around on immediately and followed and all sort of bullshit. Yep. So I'm pretty sure it's Voldemort. Voldemort called in on the order I took out to keep eyeing these children safe, which is where it goes into the me telling y'all weeks ago the change in cars like underwear will be used to try to fuck with us and further the abuse. That is what's happening now. Ta-da. Right? Meanwhile, hold on. So where we're at? We passed the swerving and bees thing, I think, in the Walmart crazy. Yeah. So then, some of y'all that are on here know that the car thing, like underwear, all this crap's been going on for weeks. And if you recall, weeks ago, I said the reason it was being done was part of the game, right? Part of the abuse. And here is how it goes. Because I'm pretty sure what happened last night was the beginning of this part and the setup for it. So, what happens last night? And the thing is, everybody's been being awful fucking visible in places they weren't before when, whatever. And acting like our families and places they're staying too, right? As well as others aren't within 2-3 miles of each other. And then, like, and Voldemort's words in court were, why is it, there's 16 ways I've been hit, blah, blah. And why shouldn't he come here? But I wasn't, and still not come there. And he knew it was a lie. They have cameras. They could have showed at any point if it was actually me, but they can't because it wasn't, and it never has been me coming by. It was a fucking lie. So, anyway, tell me, Pickle. So, I mean, it's just a further continuation to set up in the pretend victim, right? So, and hearing me say that makes me sound crazy, right? It makes me sound like the one that, and that's the point in Archopath, is to flip that fucking script. And even speaking on it makes it look like that's, that's how insane. So, back to me saying weeks ago that this underwear car thing happening was part of the setup, right? Meanwhile, they're out here telling anybody who will listen it's for their safety and poor them and poor this and boo-hoo, what the fuck ever, just like Voldemort's done to get this source in the first place, just like he does with all sources. It's, I'm the bad guy, this and the other, he's really the one that's done however, and boo-hoo, fucking boo-hoo. And then him having narcopathic family members helping in it is just, like I've said before, a bowl full of fucking sharks. And all three will work together in concert to make Source does not find out any different. However, I'll tell you, Source, and I firmly believe this, is some sort of variety of evil on its own just because of what was done to me during this whole year plus period. The grossness and nastiness, the whole thing. I don't care if you thought Voldemort was a victim or not. This is a special type of fucking sick, too. And then to be the one driving by here and all kinds of shit as well and helping Voldemort further the bullshit and abuse against me and my kids tells me kind of everything I need to know about another female. One that is apparently not raising her own. So, that has no problem terrorizing or helping an abuser further abuse my children. So, anyway. So back to last night and why, what I said several weeks ago to everybody, I believe is finally coming to fruition. So, there's been an awful lot of visibility where there hadn't been and shouldn't be. And it's a little, it's been striking me as odd. Okay, so, anyway, so last night I head out to a place at a time that I've been doing. I should have probably known better than that, but it's not a place Voldemort's really stopping too much anymore, at least not during the hours I am. And, I do know that flying monkeys are still talk to him, and I know it sounds a little crazy, but I've been openly saying things loud enough, or when they run up to me, to misdirect them about my shit and what's going on with me, because I know they're going, right back to Voldemort. However, this place is close to me, and Voldemort knows it, and knows it's one of the closest places for me to go, so I'm not far from the kids. Because he knows, and that's going to change too. So anyway, so last night, I go to this place, and I'll be honest with you, because I'm not trying to let out all my business or, so I've got little happy thoughts running through my head. I'm not paying much attention. I had other things to do, other than what I was going for, which is coffee and other things, and the glacier freezes for eldest. And I'm pretty sure it's been heard that I've been, and maybe the catalyst for last night. I don't know. However, I pull in and there's like some sort of bullshit fucked up car with somebody in it way off next to where the payphone used to be. And then I think maybe something in the gas pump. I don't, like I said, I was in my own little head and my happy thoughts and like sugar plum fairy anticipation. So I'm not really paying all that attention, but I do see like a truck over in the left parked in the fucking darkness beside the right side of the brick sign for it, right? All of us here locally know exactly where and what I'm talking about. So, and I think because I'm always kind of watching. Last night I just, plus there was all kinds of stuff going on yesterday with everything, obviously with YouTube stuff, Facebook, so, but at that point I was concentrating on sugar plum fairies in my head. I was a little happy for fucking once. Ain't that right, Eagles? So, anyway, it's been kind of that way around that time for me, and it was part of why I was going out around the same time, which I should have known to change up. And like I said, I think that might have been a catalyst. I think words maybe small town bullshit. So anyway, I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, so like I said, I pull in and see all this stuff. See this, and everybody knows on that side, like work trucks are left, stuff overnight, cars. I mean, it's every night, right? And I looked and it was like, and something struck me. I was like, I need to look back. And I was like, because it sort of looked like Voldemort's truck, right? The one I've been around since we were kids, of his birth bringers. And it looks, I'm like, no, that KB is too tall. I don't see the hail dents in it. The front end looks different, right? I'm like, I'm good. So I don't think another fucking thing about it. I go on in, I do my thing. Anyway, so I spent a few minutes in there and get my coffee, but they're out of Eldest Glacier Freeze, Blue Freeze, whatever the hell that is. And so I walked my happy little ass out there. I'm not even paying attention again. I think it's time I was kind of like, cheesing at the ground or the sky or something. I wasn't. And honestly, guys, I feel like I might have left my glasses in the car. Like I'd taken them off after I parked at the gas pump, and like for reasons. So then I get back up to the gas pump, and at that point I'm like talking to myself like an idiot. I'm cussing myself. I was like, me, what the fuck are you thinking? And this was out loud, so whatever you want to make of that. But I was like, me, the fuck were you doing? Like, this first time in like 30 years you parked this far from a gas pump. Holy shit, could we have parked a little further? Like, and I was thinking I was going to have to move the car back a little just to reach it. And I was kind of laughing at myself. And it reached. And then I was all still in my happy little sugar plum world. I wasn't paying a bit more attention to anything than I just wasn't. I was happy. So I put my gas. I get in the car. I think I put the coffee in the top of my purse so I didn't fall out and roll across the fucking thing. And I went and find it later. So I start out, right? Because I'm going to place number 2. So I'm going to place number 2. And I get almost to the red light to turn, up and go towards the top of the hill. And here comes it. Hold on. So slows. And the whole further kicker to that whole incident, one of many that took place at that particular store over here. And honestly, at that point with that one, I don't even think it was the first that week at that particular store that had happened with Voldemort. However, the kicker to that particular episode was that I came back for Voldemort in just a few minutes, right? And I pull in, and there are the narcopathic birth bringers. Now, like I've said many times, I was not paying attention this year, and that's how this setup became so good. I mean, like, y'all, all I was trying to do was survive cancer, survive the abuse, survive my pap dying, and the entire time being plotted fucking against for my abuser to completely and fully find a way to turn and do what was done to us on an extreme level, and then butterfly his last way into being the victim fully. On top of being like getting crazier, learning. I mean, this was it's something else. So you can't ever let your guard down on these people. And I thought I hadn't let my guard down, but that I had protected. No, I did. Anyway, so, but the kicker was, I show up and they're narcopathic birth bringers to save the day. Because they only live like, a minute and a half from there. So, and guess what changes in a gas station parking lot pretty frequently? I don't know, everybody in the damn parking lot, right? So there are new people that don't, and it's a microcosm of the same big things they do on a grander scale. Because what happens when I reappear is then Voldemort is screaming at me You left me. You just left me. You took off and you did whatever. And I was like, what the fuck? That's so crazy. He had just told me to leave, like threatened me and was like, get the fuck out of here, do whatever, drive fuck on, like, and then I come back and it's an entirely different tune. It's a different show for different people, including narcopathic birth bringers, which they don't care either way. I mean, they've watched him rape me, they've watched him beat me, they've watched him, and like even a couple days around the time it started going down, stand there and tell this eldest that dad's the one that's been through some, and he loves him. And my eldest is like, are you kidding me? Like, he's a piece of shit. Like, he is hurting us. He's hurting mom. He's a piece of shit, and he don't love anybody. And then all he gets in response is, And that's all we've heard from us, is how much Voldemort's gone through, even after his own. And we're like, what do you mean? Like, I would really still love an answer to that. All Voldemort has been through is consequences of his own actions, what he got himself into with Coleslaw. Voldemort ain't been through shit this year or any other time. The only thing Voldemort ever gets into that's too much is shit Voldemort creates. But for anybody to look at those kids, or especially this year, and tell us how he's been through something is insane. It is fucking sick. And even the eldest knew that. The eldest was like, the hell you say? Like, it's fucking bullshit, y'all. And we all know how they are. I mean, from us to my family to cops. I mean, they've been this way, since I was a kid. To me, adult ass motherfuckers since I was 11, 11 plus Voldemort. This is not something new. And they've always tried to manipulate and do shit to the kids or hurt. I mean, like, they weren't allowed around them for most of their lives. At cops and, district attorney's behests and my own. Because they weren't safe around them, just like they weren't safe around fucking Voldemort. Also papers in court for that. They're fucking child abusers. End of story. So, anyway, regardless, that was it. I mean, you pull in 5 minutes later to pick him back up, and he's screaming a different tune in front of a different group of people to change the narrative again in front of a group that didn't just watch him beat me in the same parking lot in front of the damn doors. And watch him tell me to drive the fuck on, to get the fuck on, to get the fuck on. That same guy. 5 minutes later, then turns it around and says the opposite, acts like he's, and that's exactly what it does. Sources to flying monkeys. It's everywhere he goes and everything he does. It is that extreme, that crazy. He does it at home. He does it to us. It is batshit. And I just really need one trained person in this entire freaking area to know what a narcopath is and understand that abuse is entirely different. That's all I need. And it is that crazy, that it is that bizarre, that it does make the victims, the real ones, sound crazy, that often the script is flipped, that, I just need somebody in this fucking town to get it, to finally fucking get it. Either way, the epiphany this morning was that was indeed Voldemort in the corner. And hell, I could still be wrong. Maybe somehow pulling out 3 feet from a gas station onto a roadway, going to a red light. I mean, I literally just pulled out and this whips around on me in the road before it can pull it and whips. I mean, y'all, I'm telling you. And maybe it was just all this big set of coincidences, but I don't think so. And then that car shows up driving through, probably to see if my car was empty, what happened. I mean, it's a jerk off on what they don't like. I told y'all weeks ago. And even if that wasn't it, last night it was a whole series of coincidences. And I'd committed some crime 2 feet out of a gas station parking lot. Even if all those things were coincidences and just, because I have to overthink everything, because you have to think like a narcopath to keep yourself, safe, or, I mean, that's the thing. Every day I put myself in what would and what are. Either way. So you have to think crazy in order to keep, I think it's tiring on the fucking soul. But that's also part of the get off with these people, They know you have to do that. If you don't, you're going to get eaten. So, anyway, and I mean, he has gotten so much better at this past year. And that really lends to me thinking that Coleslaw's her own version of it, and has definitely been helping. And then her writing for him on the text and all the shit, and being able to do what she did to a cancer patient and all this other stuff. I mean, even if we weren't away, which was the case, right? Voldemort just didn't, he knew, but he didn't think it would ever actually happen. But either way, and this still didn't go as planned for him, and that's what the rate, either way, point is I'm pretty sure she's her own flavor of. Because it ain't a normal human being that does that to another one. Regardless of what they think somebody is or is not. So anyway, that's the crazy you deal with. And, I mean, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if that was a whole series of coincidences last night, which I do not believe it was. That eventually is what it's going to come to. It doesn't matter. That's what all the vehicle crap's for. It is not to keep them safe. It is to keep an eye on us, to further abuse the kids, to laugh and jerk off on this game that only they are playing, and then to eventually do exactly what it is, which is use the system against me, even though the system should be protecting on these kids. And I'm just like, and the thing is like, I watched it last night. Like, I wasn't in there for forever. A couple minutes. Took me like 12 seconds because I didn't need much gas in that car. And I wasn't, and I was like, so it wasn't there that long. So if a call was made in the timeline, like, they held ass. Poor Baltimore, let me tell you. But I make a call, we're in fucking tears. Where I ask, I'm like, please go down there and check video cameras. And just tell me I'm not crazy. It's this motherfucker driving by. I was like, here are pictures of what just drove by. Here's video. Well, and we get told, A, that paper is useless. We're sorry. But B, basically what's going to happen and have to happen is he's going to have to, lay hands on you or one of the kids. Like, one of us telling me that one of us has to fucking die. But yet, last night, willing to come help poor fucking Voldemort at light speed. But I gotta die. My kid's gotta die. And hell, last night I wasn't even doing nothing. Didn't even know he was there. Hell, and like I said, it could be a serious coincidence. I could be dead ass wrong because I literally thought last night it wasn't like, I just went on my business. I was distracted. I honest the fuck didn't know if it was. Like, I wasn't paying attention. And I mean, when it struck me, I was like, no, I dismissed it. But that's part of it, right? It's part of the two change up shits list. I mean, it's part of what the fuck's going on. And I told you it would be. And like I said, could be wrong, could be more crazy, make it. I don't know. It makes you doubt your fucking reality. But just to turn around that quick, I mean, like I done something I obviously hadn't. And there was no way for any cop to have known anything before even seeing me tag the car. I hadn't committed any violations. That was just. And then here comes Voldemort with a parking lot in a different car. Right past the car. And that's something he would have noticed no matter where he was before he even turned into the parking lot when he would come in. It was see if I was in it, see, something happened to me. Like, the epiphany storm was real. I'm telling you, I was in the corner. But regardless, the place he shouldn't have been, at the time he shouldn't have been, because he's probably learned that's when I've been coming and going. So, new routine for me. And that's part of it. See, it's like, if any moment of any day goes by that I don't eat, breathe, and sleep Voldemort, his birth bringers, the narcopathic bullshit game they're playing can eat I and these children alive. So no matter what I do, I have to eat, breathe, and live Voldemort in order to keep us safe. Because, I mean, it's like I told you the other day. Just like the cops told me, that paper is useless as tits on a boar hog. So, but like I said the other day, I'm not taking anymore. Not one more unhappy day. Even if I am in this box right now that he can keep an eye on, that he can continue to terrorize me and the kids on, I'm going to find a way to be anything other. And he is not. I'm not going to stand here and lose my shit like I did the other day. I'm not going to stand here because my problem was relying on a system to do something. My problem was forgetting, because I had forgotten for so long who I was, where I come from. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to feel cheated too. Y'all, just so you're aware, if you buy one of these cans full of Cheetos, like this giant can, they're in bags. I feel robbed. These are not Christmas. I feel robbed too. Anyway, but yeah, I remembered after losing my shit on that series of videos the other night, I took a while to reflection, introspection I needed, and I remember who I am. I'll take care of me. And I'm going to ignore this shit as much as I can. Try to live, even though I've got to eat, breathe, and live fucking Voldemort. And every day wonder what kind of abuse is next, and how many times he's going to show up at the fucking stop sign and not care that it upsets his daughter so much that she cries or has issues, at her age. Like, I mean, like, he don't care as long as there's pain brought. But I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a way, man. Not one more day is this son of a bitch going to make me afraid, because there is no man on earth I am afraid of. There's, like sharks, and I swim with those. So, will again. Not one more woman. I've lived long enough, and I forgot who I was. And apparently so was Voldemort. So, whatever. But it's a way for it to continue to feed, and birth bringers to feed, and terrorize these children, and it's so sick, man. It's so fucking sick. The abuse is real. Even though he's done right and coleslaw and sources, it's always this way, man. Always. But we're gone this time, and that's the difference. We're not trapped there in that box, at least right here in this box now, but he can still see it. Honestly, probably in a more vulnerable spot. But nobody cares. Either way, it's just a way to keep an eye on. And the thing is, it's like, watching it last night, like, I wasn't in there for forever. A couple minutes. Took me like 12 seconds because I didn't need much gas in that car. And I wasn't, and I was like, so it wasn't there that long. So if a call was made in the timeline, like they hauled ass. Poor Baltimore, let me tell you. But I make a call, we're in fucking tears. Where I ask, I'm like, please go down there and check video cameras. And just tell me I'm not crazy. It's this motherfucker driving by. I was like, here are pictures of what just drove by. Here's video. Well, and we get told, A, that paper is useless. We're sorry. But B, basically what's going to happen, and have to happen, is he's going to have to, lay hands on you or one of the kids. Like, one of us telling me that one of us has to fucking die. But yet, last night, willing to come help poor fucking Baltimore at light speed. But I gotta die. My kid's gotta die. And hell, last night I wasn't even doing nothing. Didn't even know he was there. Hell, and like I said, it could be a serious coincidence. I could be dead ass wrong because I literally thought last night it wasn't like, I just went on my business. I was distracted. I honestly fuck didn't know if it was. Like, I wasn't paying attention. And I mean, when it struck me, I was like, no, I dismissed it. But that's part of it, right? It's part of the two change up shits last night. I mean, it's part of what the fuck's going on. And I told you it would be. And like I said, could be wrong, could be more crazy, make it. I don't know. It makes you doubt your fucking reality. But just to turn around that quick, I mean, like I done something I obviously hadn't. And there was no way for any cop to have known anything before even seeing me tag the car. I hadn't committed any violations. That was just. And then here comes Baltimore for a parking lot, different car. Right past the car. And that's something he would have noticed no matter where he was before he even turned into the parking lot and wouldn't even come in. Let's see if I was in it to see, something happened to me. Like, the epiphany storm was real. I'm telling you, I was in the corner. But regardless, a place he shouldn't have been, at a time he shouldn't have been, because he's probably learned that's when I've been coming and going. So, new routine for me. And that's part of it. See, it's like, if any moment of any day goes by that I don't eat, breathe, and sleep Voldemort, his birth bringers, the narcopathic bullshit game they're playing can eat I and these children alive. So no matter what I do, I have to eat, breathe, and live Baltimore in order to keep us safe. Because, I mean, it's like I told you the other day. Just like the cops told me, that paper is useless as tits on a boar hog. So, but like I said the other day, I'm not taking anymore. Not one more unhappy day. Even if I am in this box right now that he can keep an eye on, that he can continue to terrorize me and the kids on, I'm going to find a way to be anything other. And he is not. I'm not going to stand here and lose my shit like I did the other day. I'm not going to stand here because my problem was relying on a system to do something. My problem was forgetting, because I had forgotten for so long who I was, where I come from. Okay. I don't know, I feel cheated too. Y'all, just so you're aware, if you buy one of these tins full of Cheetos, like this giant can, they're in bags. I feel robbed. These are not Christmas. I feel robbed. She feels some type of way about it too. Anyway, but yeah, I remembered after losing my shit on that series of videos the other night, I took a while to reflection, the introspection I needed, and I remember who I am. I'll take care of me. And I'm going to ignore this shit as much as I can. Try to live, even though I've got to eat, breathe, and live fucking Voldemort. And every day wonder what kind of abuse is next, and how many times he's going to show up at the fucking stop sign and not care that it upsets his daughter so much that she cries or has issues, at her age. Like, I mean, like, he don't care as long as there's pain brought. But I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a way, man. Not one more day is this son of a bitch going to make me afraid, because there is no man on earth I am afraid of. There's, like sharks, and I'll swim with those. So, will again. Not one more moment. I've lived long enough, and I forgot who I was. And apparently so was Voldemort. So, whatever. But it's a way for it to continue to feed and birth bringers to feed and to terrorize these children. And it's so sick, man. So fucking sick. The abuse is real. Even though he's done right and coleslaw and sources, it's always this way, man. Always. But we're going this time, and that's the difference. We're not trapped there in that box. At least right here in this box now, but he can still see it. Honestly, probably in a more vulnerable spot. But nobody cares. Either way, it's just a way to keep an eye. Jody Sue's still in the box. Jody Sue and a way to try to cause pain. And look, I guess they still think I care about, and I don't. I'm not playing that game. But what I'm not going to play is some abuser acting like they're the victim. And that is most certainly what he's done his whole life, and it's continuing to be the story he tells and the thing he does. And before me, there was a bad guy. I was the bad guy. I'm still the bad guy. In between me, there's bad guys. Anybody that makes you mad is a bad guy. He never has any responsibility. He never does anything. I mean, it's always that, you know. It's something I'm used to, and it's like whatever. Pickles, you. No more roasting potatoes for you, lady. Yuck. Yuck. No, yeah, you ought look at me like that. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Oh, that's awful. Don't do it again. Oh dear. Oh, it's cat. No, yeah, I'm talking about you, pickle. So anyway, yeah, I mean that's just I don't know. It sucks, but it is what it is right now. Until all you want to do is pick up and move 9,000 states away. But even then, I'm sure it would find a way to continue to terrorize, and I'm sure there's so many things coming down the pipeline to further abuse us that it's unreal. At least where it's concerned. It'll make sure of it. The more cruelty it can cause, the more abuse, and the more it feels like it's not only gotten approval but permission and has backup from the system to do it, the worse it's going to be on us as time goes on. And do it at such, you know, it knows what it's doing, how it's doing it. It knows.
Okay, so yes, she did send her daughter to normal school after she moved. There was videos about that. I don't know if I have them. But she stated that Andy and all of the flying monkeys were stalking her. So she had to take her daughter out of school. Okay. So the next thing I said I'd do on these quick lives that I'm going to do all day, I explained it in the first live I did a few hours ago. I'm also going to Jody Sue's page. Hold on. And we're going to play one or two of the little videos. I know she's live now. I didn't watch it. But we're going to play one or two of her shorter videos after each of these lives from recent. So the last time we watched these two, now we're going to watch Dolly and I guess Keys. So we got 15, 16, 17, almost 18 more minutes to go here. And then I'm going to set up for my next live. And when I wake up, I'm going to get my coffee. I'm not even changing out of my jammies today. I'm going to sit back and we're going to watch the next one. I'll change out of my jammies after the next one. Maybe. We'll see where the day goes. It's quiet here. Okay, hold on.
Versus when they talk about her daughter. She gets upset with people when they talk.
Hold on a minute, guys.
Yeah. Versus when they talk about her daughter. She gets upset with people when they talk about her daughter nowadays. Like they don't want her name even mentioned half the time.
I know. I mean,
sad.
Yeah, I can't understand it to save my life. You know,
and then you always question, like, is she really being serious when she does cry because she faked the phone call to Mary? Like, what is real and what is not real? Like, are you that? I don't know. It's just.
I just think that I don't know. They've turned this missing kid thing into some big con. I just don't.
It's a grift.
Oh yeah, one more thing. Tonight when I end my group of lives, it'll be with the clip, and I hope Nature Lover doesn't strike me. I love her channel. It'll be with the clips video she posted the other day that Ziggy was playing that I didn't know about. Holler told me they originally came from Nature Lover. So I'm going to promote her tonight, ask you guys to sub up to her. We'll end our lives with that. And then I think tomorrow, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm going to give Jody Sue a break, and we're going to go back over some of Ziggy's stuff. So just a little preview of what's going to happen in the next couple days. As long as nothing changes, something might come up. You never know. Crazy's over there. I'm just getting tired of her. But I told her every time she mentions my name, I'm going to do this. So till all of her videos are out that I have, we're getting there. I've put a lot of them out already. A lot of what I have is repeats. I have other folders I have to search through. But every time she says that I've done something I haven't done, I'm going to show you everything she's done. It's a review of old things Jody Sue has done since the beginning of Summer's case to educate you guys of the past of Summer's case. Copyright applies. I'm not implying anybody's guilty. My channel is full of speculation. Nothing I say on here is fact. I am not law enforcement, TBI, or the feds. I'm not a private investigator, and I don't have a law license. I am a conversation channel, and that's what we're doing. I am conversating. I will go back over these lives live, each one by one, where you guys can talk more about it. Oh, thank you, Lady R. I didn't know you were still up. I'm actually going to ask you guys, I'd like to have an open panel. So we'll go over these maybe once a week when I'm done. And I'd like to get everybody's thoughts in their own words. Maybe I'll do a call-in if people don't want me to know who they are. I do have an extra cell phone that it doesn't have an SD card in it because I pay for it for my aunt, but she no longer needs it. So maybe I'll get the SD card for that and we'll do a call-in show on speaker. Sound like fun? Let me know what you think. Okay. Anyways, let me get back to these last two videos so I can get my ass to sleep here and wake up and show you guys more. All right.
In my opinion.
It has to be something. Like it just does not make sense. Like none of it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking this is like some scheme. I just can't see any way around it because there's a money trail, right? And if there's a money trail, then there's a scheme. And
right.
And it's just like you can follow the money, and then you get to a point of why. You see what I'm saying? Like if you're paying people to misdirect people, and I know there's people out here that have paid people to misdirect people, but why is the question?
Yeah, why all the stories? Why all the different stories?
Yeah, why?
Because all the stories are coming from Candace and Dawn.
They're all everything that we talk about. This is it. Yeah, I know. And so many people have ran with the dog trail, the damn footprint, the damn what is it, the duck blinds.
Right.
My job ain't to talk bad about YouTubers, okay? But we know BK, Cam, and his old lady, and other people went up to that hill
Fizzle was involved in that she never willingly came and told me.
She's a liar, dude. I know she's a liar. I know what she did to me.
She very well may be. And there's just a lot of things. And then she led me to Tiffany, and then there's Carl involved, and I don't trust any of these people. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm enemies with Fizzle. I still call her and talk to her about the Dallas Mavericks or sleet and rain, but I don't talk to her about any of this stuff. And in fact, the things she wants to talk about not have anything to do with summer anymore. So I don't talk to anyone, and as the days go by, I literally have not looked at YouTube other than to put a new song on of that. I unsubscribed.
That little part he said right there reminded me that after this, I will probably be making a lot of little clips that match other clips. Because remember going back when I first started going over Benny's channel, when whoever unlocked it for me, there was something about Fizzle and the PIs and Fizzle not wanting to talk to the PIs, etc., etc. I'm not going to comment on it because I don't remember it verbatim, but there will be other little clips mixed with clips with this. I mean, guys, and as I said in my first live, anybody, whether you like me, don't like me, can't stand me, it doesn't matter. You have permission to clip these videos. Just do not trash me and give me credit for having them, for allowing you to do it. I'd appreciate it while you're playing my videos. I don't care what you do as long as you're not playing my shit. As long as you're playing what I'm giving you, don't trash me. All right.
To every motherfucker. I only have 2 subscriptions, and those are my 2 channels.
Yeah.
So when I go on YouTube, I don't see anything. And that's the only way that I can protect my sanity and my divorce, right?
Right.
Because I cannot have a CPS case while this divorce. It will definitely make me have supervised visits if I get a CPS case.
Yeah.
They already asked for it.
Well,
and we've already countered with a different petition because no one's ever asked that. She should just for the weirdest shit. They asked for what's this, a week and 1 hair follicle per month, and they've never done one of those things.
Yeah.
They've never done any of the crazy shit. So I can't have it. I'm all the way done with it. And I God showed me some stuff in the past few days that it's like, I can't ignore it. So I know that you have to disclaim that because I have been a real piece of shit online. And I'll also credit that many of these things some of these things I've been involved in have come from people that I thought I trusted. Because I'm kind of like you. When it was with the West Boys and with Cash Gurner, I did not pay attention to the internet. I don't answer comments. I don't go through hard shit. I don't know what people are digging up underneath me or around me or above me. I really disconnect myself because I'm commenting to 1,000 people in the morning time. Then they're going to reply back, and I just answer comments all day. I don't do comments.
Yeah.
I have thought about taking my summer stuff down. I don't know how anyone feels about that. I know AB did, and AB's, I don't agree with the dude. I don't like him. But what he said is that these things have a shelf life. And in some strange way, I agree. Because after seeing what they were able to get my daughter to say about me, I mean, they said I raped a 14-year-old, but didn't call the police. They just only told YouTube. And no one from YouTube has ever called and said, hey, man, you need to investigate this guy.
Well, the big swath of changes over the past few days with a lot of channels and the extreme cleansing, I feel like chasing's behind it. It's got to do with they want to cleanse the fuck shit drama aspect of it for the upcoming book deals of 2020, the Datelines, the Netflixes, while they cleanse Dawn and Candace's image online and try to show that everybody's lying on poor Dawn and flip script and all this shit. And here's the thing, Keys, whether they had anything to do with Summer Mist or not, Dawn's still a piece of shit and so's Candace. I'm not even
garbage that needs to be run over with a fucking dump truck. I agree.
And like he's still a fucking sexual assaulter. He's still what he fucking is. They still were not good to those kids. They still were everything they fucking are. They're animal abusers. They're not right.
They're all of those things. I mean, they made one attempt to go see their children, and it took 15 hours round trip, and they said, we're not doing that again. They've not seen their fucking boys. They didn't bring no Christmas present, no nothing.
And see, I asked Trudy if I could get the boys Christmas presents this year, but I couldn't afford them. And Trudy said, yeah, they could maybe make...
I gave Candace and them $800, and it was solely for the three boys, and I wanted them to buy some...
Here's the get, though, Keys. Do you know all the years, like the Easter, the first meeting with Candace, right? That I ever met her, she was trying to get me on this fuck shit church scam, dude. I'm atheist, but I ain't down with all that. Like, you're not gonna get me involved in your fucking Easter scams for $100 bills. And
because you're an atheist doesn't mean you want to be involved in scamming a church.
Not anybody. It's like, fuck, you shouldn't have to go to church to have morals, right? But that's what she was used to, and then she realized pretty quick, I'm not that type of bitch. But the thing is that, they would get all these things from all these churches, including the ones in the community that we're all right there and neighbors, and then they would go and sell them online, and they would tell the kids because of religion that there was no holidays and shit. So for the most part, these kids...
Dude, if he keeps his head down, he makes $70K a year.
He's
going to get shit that people don't have any money, right? That's
right.
Crazy.
And then he really did control the money. Candace wasn't allowed money, wasn't this, wasn't that. And then he would spend enough for her to buy a pack of cigarettes and a half-gallon of liquor every day as he come home, just so she'd pass out within an hour or two. Kids were asleep before dark as well, especially during the longer summer and spring months.
Yep.
And it was pretty quiet pattern, and then it began to change right before summer vanished. He also, by the way, cleared off all the fucking brush and undergrowth where that dog trail is. I just want to let you know that. Right before summer fucking vanishes, not long before.
Yeah, Jody, he said he didn't know that dog trail was there, but
bullshit.
Me and him were going down there, you could see all his construction. He had wire mesh for concrete. He had tiles.
But he also, out of all the years we knew him, and they were private people, wanted their business and stuff, you want that overgrowth there, right? So it blocks views, especially in the winter. Leaves off. You don't want people seeing you and your wife fucking outside, because,
absolutely.
Country folks do it a little different. That's all I'm saying. But,
I need to go to the country then, shit.
And it's like because it's a small house, I ain't doing some shit in my kid, you know what I mean? So
I do.
Outside barns, that type of shit are pretty popular in the country. So anyway, it's like, for me, and most people there, you want to keep the overgrowth and shit on the outer banks and the edges and keep it woodline. And Dawn, for some fucked up reason, after them being pretty private meth heads and not wanting people to see where you don't think, all of a sudden Dawn, not long before the summer vanishes, starts clearing out trees and growth and everything else, but only on that side of the hill that was the bus and where the quote dog trail is now he didn't know about. Bullshit he didn't know about.
That Dawn trail the dogs just use.
It's bullshit.
That's all that was. It wasn't a dog trail, it was a Dawn trail.
Well, here's the thing. It's bullshit.
It is. And let me tell you what, I asked someone else.
It's bullshit.
They said that the boys used to ride their dirt bike down that. And then they would ride down the hill, bang into the asphalt. Then they would go back up.
Yeah, but they would also go all the way down
that area. They ride their bikes on it.
they would also go down the driveway usually because you'd hear them squeaking because Dawn wouldn't do the brakes and shit, and me and Andy would have to fix the chains on one of the bikes and shit. But see, Dawn took one of the bikes to Utah and it didn't come back, and then there was only one left. And anyways, yeah, and then the truck he went with, because see, they took off so quick, but he had like 2 or 3 days. He ordered a crate engine, paid for it in cash, dropped it into the goddamn truck, and did an engine swap, and strapped up the dirt bike quicker than fucking they left out. It was bye. And it was within like a 3-4. I mean, it was quick. So the dirt bike never come back, and then he come back on in the white truck, and Andy swears fucking Jose. But and I'm telling you, the Jose come on is not the Jose I remember seeing in the road, but there were multiple Jose's possibly. But Andy would know better than I because he had more contact over there. And trust me, they were all fucking part, even the real Jose. But I know friends of mine were stuck in a motel with Allie and Jose and Candace because of their sister. They got stuck in Dollar Preacher's Daughter, and they have this famous kind of band thing around here. And I know her, to be honest, as the day is long. She had no need to lie. And I know her to be a little badass when she wants to be, but she was at Price and seen Candace backhand Summer through the face with her forearm. She was allowing the boys to buy candy, but when Summer asked, she told her fuck no, and Summer was like, but, you know, when she did, she backhanded her through the face with her forearm. And my friend said that she come out on her quicker than fucking damn it, and told her, by God, she ever seen that again, she'd kill her ass. But she never thought a thing about it until Summer ran, you know what I mean?
I guess on the Facebook, when my headphone beeps that the battery's low, it mutes it.
Oh.
So I said, go ahead and get yourself some breakfast. Enjoy your day. And if you need to talk or whatever, just give me a call.
Well, do not. And I'm telling you, Keys.
I'm not.
Because
I'm not.
you said Scott was acting like he was controlling and not wanting you here. And now Andy is, for some reason, not wanting you here. And I don't know why that would be, since he was making money off of you. What fucking sense does that make, Keys?
It makes zero sense. You're exactly right. I mean, why hasn't he tried to call me and work it out and still get some money?
I don't know.
I mean, okay, so if I said I was going to whoop your ass if you dropped a tree around me, then I know, okay, don't drop a tree, but you can still get this money. He don't want me over there. And I'm not saying there's anything there. He just, like, he's over the Benny experience, and I wonder why.
Or somebody else is paying him more money and to be part of the documentary and access to that property.
I would agree that's absolutely plausible.
And
rules all.
And paying enough to fiddle with and tamper with the case with Brew in court.
That's probably very plausible too. I mean, I don't think the guy is at all who he portrays himself, and he, for whatever reason, that's a portion of this internet that is so fracturing, is that we could listen to you tell your story, and then this guy can come on and for what? I don't like him. And we've been talking almost 9 hours. I've had a great time, and it seems like 2 hours. This has been one of the best talks I've had in 2 years about this little girl. So I don't know why he got the whitewash, right? And I'm guessing the only reason a man that's a woman beater gets a whitewash is that he's got other women around him saying he's not a woman beater, or he only woman beated.
Somebody wanted to do the flip script to him. They kept him in the background the entire time, like I've said. And it helped discredit and try to silence me and make me look like a fucking liar. Somebody wants to make me look like I'm
well, I don't like him. And we've been talking almost 9 hours. I've had a great time, and it seems like 2 hours. This has been one of the best talks I've had in 2 years about this little girl. So I don't know why he got the whitewash, right? And I'm guessing the only reason a man that's a woman beater get to whitewash is that he's got other women around him saying he's not a woman beater, or he only woman beated.
Somebody wanted to do the flip script to him. They kept him in the background the entire time, like I've said, and it helped discredit and try to silence me and make me look like a fucking liar. Somebody wants to make me look like I'm unintelligible, I'm intoxicated, I'm a liar, I'm this, I'm that, and I would be like the top to lie on some dude for some shit, and I ain't lying about a goddamn thing. It's hard to deal with that when you come upon a real person who is really who the fuck they say they are and really been through and survived what the fuck they say they have. And
I agree.
You don't want that speaking out maybe for certain people if they might be involved or after something or trying to profit after the fact.
I agree. 100%. I mean, I probably won't be here. I mean, I'm not going to make new music every fucking day. You know. Have any interest in reinfecting myself by going over and listening to chat groups and stupid shit with the same people. Needed to get away from this, and I'm gone. So I don't have any intentions on going back. I mean, my family and I had a celebratory dinner because they know I've actually had one for a year.
Yeah.
Since I went in December, I was like, nah, I can't help nobody to smoke a crack. Each time I try to get away, I think it may be Tim, Christian, someone who watches me religiously.
They are too old to change, Keys, and they are too wired for what they are. They're never going to change, Keys. They only change so far as it's like Andy. It's whatever they're around. They parrot, they mimic, they do what they need to. They like to keep the masks on. They'll do anything and it costs to keep them that way. They're more worried about perception, honest to God, than they are fucking summer and how Dawn looks versus. And I get it. Of course, you don't want the world looking at you going, your jury spread. Look, there's nothing they can do to change who they are to where the public can't look at them and be like, yeah. And to know the truth and facts there, you can't go back on that, man. Right?
No, you're right. Those people will never change. They'll just get older. Yeah. That's it.
And just the same with Andy. He'll hide for a little while, but he can't keep that mask on forever, especially not with the type of violent and fucked up he is. You know, they can only go so long. And
you got to have your fix. You got to get your fix. If you get a good feeling by beating the shit out of somebody, you're going to beat the shit out of somebody eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way it is. And he's not retired putting his hands on people.
No, and I get. Look, if you look at the one live stream they're on, you can see in certain lighting that helps bring up the bruises under the skin.
Yeah, I'm getting off anyway, discovering you're ending just in time. My son just brought my granddaughter my granddaughter in to get her to school, and then I forgot about that, so I'm going to set up my next live when I wake up. I'll be a little later than I wake up. It shouldn't be hard because I have a set of videos I have my eyes on. So give me up to 10 hours. But I will see you guys this evening. Catch up with the first live from a few hours ago so you understand what I'm going to do today. Oh, and also tomorrow it'll be probably a later live. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow that's important in the late afternoon, almost evening time. So I don't know what time I'll be home. All right, little Dev, thank you. Peace and love to you all. I'll see you all this evening. Yeah. Bye. Oh, and thank you all for being here. And everybody, give a hand clap for Lady Orr because she's doing an amazing job modding for me. And I just want to make sure I say thank you. All right, guys. I'll see you this evening. Peace and love again. Bye.